welcome to my first podcast episode. I am sitting here and I have my coffee next to me on one side. I have my cat next to me on the other side. And it's a sunny day, just trying to paint the picture for you of where I am. I have had a desire to make a podcast for a little while now, mostly because there is so much that I want to talk about in terms of my songs. And at this point, I have a lot of songs out into the world, and there's so many of them that when I hear, or like sometimes they'll pop up on a playlist, and it takes me back to where I was when I wrote that song, and more specifically, for those who haven't seen it yet, I re-recorded my first album, which has been kind of a work in progress, really for only the last month. It was kind of a last minute decision, so I kind of wanted to dive into the reasons behind doing that. And eventually I will go song by song and explain kind of what it was like making that song, because I do have so many memories making that album. And, it's like the very first time I tried drinking whiskey, I was working on a song called Weapons. That's on my first album. And, just having really funny experiences. That whole album was a transition in my life of being in college and really trying to figure out where I fit into the world around me. Because in high school, I thought I kind of knew. And then as you get older, that question can arise sometimes, of where you fit into the world. And I'm lucky that music has always been my excuse, basically, to in a good way, a good excuse to get up every day and to have purpose. So I think I'll start by saying, since I live in Los Angeles, if you hear any noises in the background during this podcast, it is either the LAPD, or birds outside, or Fig, my cat, meowing. Just the noises of life might be going on in the background. So just a heads up on that. So yeah, let's just get into why I re-recorded my first album. I think a lot of people that I've told I was doing this are like, "Oh, you were inspired by Taylor Swift." I was like, well, I guess in some way, all songwriters in 2021 are inspired by Taylor Swift. But yeah, I think I had thought about doing this a few years ago. The first reason was just because when I wrote these songs, I had a different vision for them in my head than how they turned out. And it's not to say that I'm not happy with how they turned out originally, but I found myself not really wanting to ever play those songs live. And like a tour I did in December of 2019, I didn't really play any of the songs from my first album. I played a couple, and I felt bad, but the thing is that I almost had like an embarrassment because the songs were so simple and they were so slow, and I've grown a lot as a person since then, and in a lot of ways these re-recordings are like the Mark's version, how Taylor has Taylor's version. They feel like my version of the songs, and I made it all by myself. I produced it, I mixed it, and I mastered it. I did everything on my own, and it was very like emotional at times because I hadn't been that close to the songs in so many years. The record came out in 2016, and it wasn't until 2018 that people kind of began listening to it. And fast forward to today, I think it's got like over 140 million streams, which is awesome. Being an independent artist, and so yeah, this re-recording is for the 5-year anniversary. I did it for me, selfishly, and I think that's okay to say that I did it because these songs changed my life, and they have been there for me time and time again over the last 5 years. And some of these songs I wrote, 7 years ago. So it's been a long time that they have existed, and my emotions towards them have changed a bunch. And right now I just feel super grateful that those songs exist, and anything I can do to like help shed light on those songs, I will do. So re-recording them is, something that's very special to me. I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope you, get attached to it the same way you did the original versions. I still love the original versions. I want you to listen to those. These re-recorded ones are for me, and I also hope that you feel that they're for you as well. And I can't wait to play them live. Some of them, I'll play the old way. Sometimes I'll play them the new way. There's really no rules. I can kind of switch them up and do whatever I want with them, which is cool. And yeah, so I think, for the first podcast, I'll leave it there. I want this to be kind of like just a little bit of a look into how my brain works. And, I spend so much of my time thinking about music, my own music, and the stories in my life that I want to tell. And I only get to put out like a song that's 2.5 to 5 minutes long. And then that's really all you hear from me. And I really have more to say about the songs and the stories behind them. And so in future episodes, some of them might be shorter than this, some might be longer. I'm not really going to give myself any parameters to work with. I just want to have a bit of an outlet where I can explain my songs without having to rely on getting, some Billboard article or something, which I've done before, and that's really cool, but I don't want to rely on any of that. I just want to have a direct to you guys conversation. So yeah, I mean, if you're, curious about what I'm doing and when shows are happening, please feel free to sign up for the Mark Diamond Fan Club. It's an awesome community over there. It's $5 a month, and you get access to all of my upcoming songs a week in advance. That's been really important to me, to make sure that the fan club gets the songs first. So this re-recorded version, I didn't give it to the fan club a week before because I wanted it to be a surprise. But going forward, that's how it's going to be. So there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. There's a holiday song. And yeah, there's a couple songs coming out before the year is over. So with that, just want to say thank you for listening to my music. Thank you for listening to War, the Lost Recordings. And I'm grateful, super, super grateful for you. I hope you like the re-recorded versions. Please check out the fan club. Leave me a message. That's the best way to reach me. I'll respond to it, in the fan club. Join my Discord. And I can't wait to see you at a show, hopefully sometime soon. All right, bye.
could see